school, I change into sweatpants, a baggy t-shirt, and fuzzy socks. I warm up some leftovers from last night. I then sit down, find the remote, turn on the television, and see the strangest thing. There's a woman trying to seductively eat a hamburger while wearing revealing clothing without making a mess. I am pretty sure that's an inaccurate description of how women eat. At least I know from personal experience, I don't look like that when I eat. Now this is just one of many examples that we see that we know women are objectified in today's society. As someone who's interested in the topic and did research, I can surely say that objectification is an issue. Objectification has become so entwined in our society that we have almost made it a natural part of our culture, which in turn is hurting us and our road to becoming a better society. We need to reevaluate what our media is showing us and be aware of how common this is. Today, I am here to share with you what objectification is, a couple of examples, and why we should be worried about its impact. First, we need to understand what the fundamental meaning is behind objectification. As defined by the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, objectification is the treatment of someone like an object rather than a person. Cambridge Dictionary goes further into defining the word, stating that objectification is treating people like tools or toys, as if they had no feelings, opinions, or rights of their own. As you can tell, objectification is not a positive word. Now, with a basic understanding, we can look at a modern example of objectification in our society. Let's start with a simple question. With a show of hands, who here has heard of the photo shoot that was recently done by Kim Kardashian, where she, in one photo, is completely naked and showing her backside? I know I've seen it plenty of times. As some of you may know, there have been many responses in regards to this photo shoot. An example, she is just a low-class hooker. Another, as a woman, I find her a repulsive exhibitionist. And to be perfectly honest, if I had an ass that size, I'd want to hide it until I could dye it off, rather than show the whole world. She needs some serious psychiatric help. A male responded, she is simply absurd. I find her to be coarse and common, pathetic. One woman responded, if I was rocking a body like that at age 34 with a kid, you would not be able to keep me in clothes. Beauty fades with age. If you do not like it, then do not look. Now, let's move on to a different article. Who here, with a show of hands, has heard of a mock photo shoot recreating this photo, but done by the men of BuzzFeed? Okay, so some of you. In the article, the men have taken the original photos and added an option to slide a bar across. When sliding this bar across the photo, the original is replaced by an edited copy that replaces their backsides with that of Kardashians. There have been many responses to this article as well, but are very different from Kim Kardashian's. One female stated, I just have to say, Eugene, you have made a lot of female followers very happy. Another, this is pretty damn rad. I mean, I hate that we're glorifying Kim Kardashian for being an attention whore, but this is rad. A female questioned, so why does Kim get hated on and slut-shamed about her picture, but no one has anything bad to say about these guys doing it? And in response to that one, a woman responded, because it's a joke. So Kim Kardashian is not allowed to be proud of her body. This is not the first time that this has happened with a popular person in the media. Yet she is one of the main ones to get criticized for it. This is only an example though. And there are plenty more, but some that are often overlooked. So here's an example that we actually know about. I believe that most, if not all of you, have heard of this, mainly in the month of October. Save the Tatas, we say. Save second base, we yell. Yes, our way of raising money for a cancer is an example of how we objectify women in our society. We are not saving these women, we are saving their bodies. Trina, a 49-year-old pediatric nurse, was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2013. She was most worried about not having breasts, as reported by an article in Chattanooga Times Free Press. My friend told me that when she walked out of the hospital without breasts, she felt and looked like a man. It was devastating to her, she states. Trina was scared because of the surgery because of the fact that she may not have had breasts afterwards, going with the idea that she would be different from what society expects of a woman, no matter the circumstances. Shouldn't we focus on strengthening and supporting these women that are going through or have survived breast cancer? Shouldn't we allow them to love their scars instead of fearing that they will not look normal after surviving? Like I said before, there are many examples in our society that we did not necessarily notice right away. Now, another thing that is not discussed is the actual impact of objectification. In a study done by Sarah Merton, a professor of psychology at Kenyon College, her and her researchers studied the impact of objectified media images on elementary school children. With close to 160 participants ages 6 to 12, boys and girls were asked to respond to respective gender pictures in the media. The responses were to questions like, do you think he, she looks cool? Where did you get the ideas that they looked cool or uncool? How important is it to you to look like them when you're older? What could you do to look like them? The results showed several different things. The girl said to look like the women there were several possibilities. With little emotion, a girl responded that she would have to either eat and throw it all up or not eat at all. Another said that she would have to get plastic surgery. Another finding was reported. It was reported that some girls who supported how the women looked somehow understood how objectification played in the society. It is important to look like this to get a guy, one girl stated. Another said, boys like it when girls look sexy. With the boys' responses, though, they said it would be too crazy to try and be like them, knowing that not all men have to look like the ideal. This is just the beginning of understanding objectification, though. Today, I have told you the basic meaning of objectification, 2 examples that are popular in our society, and 1 study that is just looking at the beginning effects. Now, I'm not saying that we should throw our televisions out the window as soon as we get home or burn all the magazines in our stores. What we should take from this is the fact that objectification is out there on a much grander scale than we first thought. We should try to point out to our friends the most common examples that are often overlooked. We should try to support those who are not going along with society's ideals and instead of spreading hatred. With just these small acts, I believe that as a society, we will eventually be able to defeat objectification. Thank you.